appreciate it. Who's got the first question? We'll start with Daniel, third row up front.
George, regardless of how today turns out, just how confident will you guys be to go back home with you, Luis, and then it sounds like Brian in order?
Yeah, having Brian back is going to be awesome. He's been feeling good. Just to be in front of the home crowd again is honestly huge for us. And, everyone gets super excited being back home. The crowd energizes us. And, we're definitely looking forward to those 2 games at home for sure.
Good. Tim, the fifth row on your left.
George, now that you've had a few days to think back about Friday, just how do you kind of encompass your performance that night and then kind of how everything else sort of played out after that?
I was super proud of the way I threw. Gave the team a chance to win and had some good battles, getting out of some, runner scoring position type stuff. The guys that came in after me, they went out there, did their job. A lot of guys came out short rest. Louie and Logan kind of doing something they've never done before. And, just fighting to the last second. I just think those close games, we've been in so many of them, we're super prepared for them. And especially at home, I feel like that crowd definitely helps us kind of edge it out a little bit at the end. So, super happy that everyone kind of, didn't quit and, we got the win at home. So,
The questions for George? Daniel?
George, beyond the crowd, what about pitching at T-Mobile Park makes you so comfortable and confident?
One, it's a great pitcher's ballpark, but 2, the crowd is really awesome. I mean, every moment, every big pitch, they're always behind you, and just as a player, that is just kind of just gives you a lot of confidence and kind of eases your mind a little bit that everyone is here cheering for you, supporting you, and
Last row on your left, George.
Over here, thanks. With how close you guys are in the clubhouse, on and off the field, how much does that come into handy in times like Friday night and times like this?
Yeah, it's huge. You're able to just you kind of just take away all that selfishness or ego and just, you're just battling for each other. And, at that point, nothing really matters. So being able to be super close with everyone and have good relationships, it's easier to perform and just kind of enjoy being on the baseball field.
Right in the middle, Mike.
George, right here. Just for your starting staff to have gone through the bumps that it did throughout the season injury-wise and just not having the continuity, and then to be able to come back now and sort of reassert yourselves as you are who you thought you were, I suppose. What has that meant to you to be able to go down the line and everyone continually sort of show that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely frustrating when you get hurt, whenever that might be during the season, and kind of working back from it, you're kind of figuring out how to, kind of get back to who you want to be and all that confidence. But can you repeat Can you repeat?
Just what
My bad.
it meant to be able to see you guys go down the line and show, that you're still that group that you were last year?
I think as everyone has kind of got more comfortable, health-wise and everything, it was kind of just a matter of time before we kind of stacked up some games, and everyone in the starting 5 is so unique and everyone does something so well, and that's kind of what we've been all getting back to, is just what we're all good at, and kind of just hammering away at it.
Fifth row straight ahead, George.
George, I know you're not making your next start here, but you played here, you pitched here in 2022 during the playoffs. What do you remember from that one inning of work in 2022?
It was nothing cooler than come out to close the game, especially as a rookie. But the 3 games or 2 games we played here were super electric, and I was just like, whenever you need me, I'm there, and my name got called, and it was a moment I'll never forget, coming out of the bullpen there and getting the playoffs for a long time. So.
Annie in the fourth row on your left.
two pretty different lineups between the Tigers and now the Blue Jays this postseason facing them. How do you plan on attacking a lineup like this one, and what are you watching for in these first two games here?
Just kind of pick up some tendencies and, how guys are approaching, certain at-bats, and you kind of go from there. You game plan from that. And, I'm never going to stray away from what I do well and what my strengths are, and I think if I'm able to do that, it's better than what anyone else is doing at the plate. So that's kind of my mentality, but, you have to mix it up here and there, and definitely watching some games before I go is super helpful.
One row behind, Tim.
Logan said he now wants fire when he leaves the bullpen after a game. Do you have a similar request?
Yeah, some fire and some dubstep would be cool.
When you look back at what Bryce did yesterday, just as from a pitching standpoint and someone who's watching him do it, what stood out to you as something he did just exceptionally well as a fellow pitcher yesterday?
Yeah, leadoff home run is never fun, but the way he was able to just get back in the zone and stay on the attack the whole game was super impressive. After something like that kind of shocks you a little bit. Might hurt you mentally during the game, but he stuck to his plan. He just attacked them, and he kind of, you start 0-1, it just makes the at bat so much easier. You're able to command it and be able to control it a lot more. So, especially coming back on short rest too. It was super impressive what he did last night, and it was huge to get the first win.
Take a couple last ones, Daniel.
George, you threw a ton of sliders against the Tigers on Friday. Just how important was that pitch in that outing, and how much did it help you set up the fastball at the top of the zone as well?
Yeah, I feel like 1 through 9, most of those guys are just looking for a located heater kind of first pitch, so just being able to give him a different look and then kind of use my heater off the off speed was super helpful instead of just starting with it. Sometimes just all you need to do is just start with something else and kind of attack from there. So I'm glad I did that.
And we'll finish up on the fifth row on your left.
George, today is actually Canadian Thanksgiving. I don't know if you were able to wish your two Canadian teammates a happy Thanksgiving, but what are you thankful for as a Mariner right now?
I'm just thankful for the group of guys we have and the coaching staff, and it really is just an exceptional group of people that we have, and it's just fun going to the ballpark every day and being able to play in the playoffs with these guys and go to battle every day is super grateful for that.
Awesome. George, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.